Alright, I am back and I've got my practice piece of fabric here. Now this is identical to what I'm going to put up here in the sun. This is identical to what I'm actually going to be making my buttonholes on. It's the same fabric. It's got interfacing inside and it's doubled. And interfacing usually always goes on the bottom, but sometimes it's on the top. But however your pattern has your thing, then that's the way you need to put it. So anyway, I'm going to slide this underneath here. And if I had my pin in there, I'd know where to stop. Now, this is going to be really hard for me to photo for you, but I'm going to try to get under here the best I can. I'll put my foot down. I don't want that to come unthreaded either. My needle does not go, can you see it? It doesn't go right to where that little white lip inside there is. It's above it. So I need to be paying attention to that. When I actually have my pin in there, I'm going to take and put my needle down right by that pin. So I'm going to have to move my fabric a little bit. I can't use that little thing inside as a guide. If you do that and think that's the edge of your buttonhole, then your buttonhole is going to be in the wrong place. So I physically take and move the needle up and down till it's right exactly where it needs to be. Okay, so I have my buttonhole foot in. I've pulled my lever, and you'll need to read your manual and see what yours actually says for you to do. I've been over here and I've made sure that I've pushed the buttonhole foot and that my settings are, see it says buttonhole, auto, width, and I've lengthened, remember I lengthened the stitch length, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. So here we go. In essence, I should be able to just press on the foot pedal and it should do its own thing. Unfortunately, it's a machine, and machines are finicky and particular, and they always don't do exactly what they're supposed to, but we're going to hope for the best. The other thing I would also suggest, especially if you're new at doing buttonholes, is I have a speed thing. I think most machines come with a speed. You might want to just turn your speed down so you can't even accidentally push it any higher. Can't hurt anything. So really, I'm just going to start going here. And we're going to see what happens if it just goes by itself. It's making the mark tack back. Okay. We're doing pretty good. Nope. Now see, mine is bunching up. I'm trying to get in here. You can actually see it getting really thick. So that's where I was going to go. So while it seems pretty straightforward, it's not always very straightforward. I actually am really hands-on with my buttonholes, and it's one of the reasons I think I actually get pretty good ones. I am holding my phone here with one hand, so I only have one hand to use, but I'll actually often place a hand on this side and a hand on this side of my fabric. And I kind of make sure it's going where it belongs. And sometimes you have to kind of push and pull a little bit. I'm going to give this a little pull while it goes. See if I can get it moving along. I just have really slight tension on it. Nothing really big. Now it's going back. And and see, that's what, it's stuck. It's actually stuck on that bunch of fabric. So that's frustrating, right? And this is why we practice. So I'm going to actually take this out. Let's see if we can look. See where it got bunched up? That's what we don't want to happen. I'm going to cut these threads. And I actually just unthreaded my machine. So I'm going to thread my machine and be back.